Hi, this is Adi, and so today I'm gonna do a track by track on Golden Hour. So if it's a little quiet or if it's a little noisy, please bear with me as I am doing this voice recording somewhere at home, and I'm just trying to keep quiet to not wake everyone. So we're just gonna do a full track on Golden Hour. So yeah. Okay, track 1 is Golden. So I wrote this song around March of 2024 last year. The song Golden is about being free of a toxic and neglecting relationship. So the story behind this song is about me leaving a toxic friendship, a toxic relationship, and if I do recall, I just finished bawling my eyes out after ending a thing with a friend. It was like my best friend for like a decade now, and then after we ended things, I cried and bawled my eyes out, but at the same time I kind of feeling that sense of relief that I am finally out of that toxic relationship. The toxic relationship that I felt like I wasn't valued or anything. So I wrote the song Golden. If you're able to see the lyrics and the vibe of the song, I envision Golden as running from the fields, trying to chase that sun because you're finally free from all those worries, all those things that make you sad in life. So Golden Hour is golden, or let's say Golden is about being free from that toxic relationship. And track 2 is I Wish For You. So I wrote this song also around, I think, last year. I posted this song. I recorded it in one go. Oh my god, excuse my voice. I recorded this in one go back last year, and I posted it on Twitter that it's like a 3-minute song. So I Wish For You, the meaning behind the song is wishing for someone that isn't yours. So specifically having the thought of wishing for someone, that intense feeling of longing and yearning of wanting someone to be yours. But me specifically, I wasn't thinking about anyone at the time. I was just daydreaming about having to have someone in my life, someone I could wish for, someone who I could love, or give all these feelings out, give all this love out, a shower, just that's it. And track 3 is Hear Me. So I specifically wrote this song for my deaf and also mute cousin, because she has been a really big part of my life and also this journey on my albums. If you could recall, Broken, she has a big contribution on Broken and Bruised, as she was the photographer mostly on the images from Broken and Bruised. So my cousin is deaf and mute at the same time. The song Hear Me is about me wanting to be heard by her, because she is deaf and mute at the same time, and I was writing the song lyric about I wish you could hear me and all these things that I want to say to you. I may not say it every day that I love you, but I hope you get to hear me, and I hope that one day you get to hear me as I say these words to you. So this is a love note, a love letter for her, to her. Okay, so track 4 is Lost in Reverie. So if it's translated, Lost in Reverie means lost in daydreaming. I wrote this around last year also, on around October or November. So it's a paying homage to Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift. It sets the tone for Drowning in your brown eyes, you caught me by surprise, so it's really been a while. So that's where the song was inspired. Lost in Reverie, it was inspired from Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift, because I was really so obsessed with Guilty as Sin at the time. So Lost in Reverie means lost in daydreaming. It's like daydreaming all the stuff about you wanting to happen. Like, I could picture us twisted in bed sheets. Wouldn't that be fun? And I could see myself in our wedding with you singing my favorite song. So the song mostly revolves around you having that fantasy about someone, like daydreaming about someone, having to be with someone, like envisioning your future with them, even though it hasn't already happened. And track 5 is Serendipity. So Serendipity is one of my favorite movies. I took it from that. So serendipity means like a happy accident. So like I took that song about the story about these people meeting accidentally, and like him acknowledging that everything that has happened was an accident, but also like a good accident. And in the end, he was like, thanks to sweet serendipity, that like meeting you was sweet serendipity because I found me, and then losing you was sweet serendipity because now I have me. So that accident of having to lose someone isn't really a happy accident, but if you look at that way, it somehow is, because that person found himself in the process of losing that someone. So it's all happy, like accident or something. Track 6 is Someone Like Me. I wrote this around last year after finishing Teenage Dream. It's like I want to know what it feels like to be loved by someone like me. Like you want to see other people's point of view when you're loving them. Like I want to know what it feels like to feel my own energy, to feel my own love or something. So that's where I get the thought of writing Someone Like Me, and I really felt like it captured the spirit also of Golden Hour, because it's like a happy upbeat song. Like I want to know what it feels like to be loved by someone like me. I want to know what it feels like to see the things that they see in me. So like he wants to see, like he's kind of in the desperate state of wanting to take a look at who he was in other people's eyes. So yeah. Track 7 is Sunshine Fairy. So I took inspiration from this from Fairy of Shampoo of TXT, and also Sunshine Fairy. I wrote this about my bias from Twice Nayeon and how she's like a ray of sunshine to me, because she likes brightens up my day every time. Like just a picture of her is smiling brightens up my day, especially when she laughs. So, and her voice is my own kind of lullaby. I really like it when Nayeon does an ad-lib or something, or when she sings. So yeah, there, Sunshine Fairy is like a paying homage to my bias Nayeon, and this is like my way of saying that I love her, and she really has been a big contribution on who I am now as a person and who I was before. Like she really lifts me up and boosts my self every now and then. So, and I even bought her first album because of it. Track 8, Lost Time Young Love. So I released this around my first album release, which was Reputation Addie's version. It was around 2023 of May, and I deleted it. So Lost Time Young Love, I wrote this about my sister who was in love at the time, I think. And it was about this story is about two people having to say goodbye to one another and confessing each other's feelings, but it feels like time has run out, because like they don't have that much time left, and so they confess to each other that they love each other, and like that thing of reminiscence of like, it's kind of like that Call Me by Your Name scene where like Elio says, we wasted so many days, why didn't you give me a sign? How can I ignore the signs? Like, if you would have told me you loved me from the start, we wouldn't have wasted so many time. Okay, so lost time and young love, and as people view it as like these two people are said to be too young for love, but I felt like they knew exactly what love is, and they knew that they wasted so many times. They wasted a lot of time, but you know, like there's still that glimmer of hope in one another. That's like, you know, maybe in another universe, it's still us. It's us, and we wouldn't have wasted, you know, a lot of time. Maybe in that other universe, other multiverse, you're mine. So yeah, that's what the song is inspired about. Track 9 is about my friend Kelly. and I wrote this song around last 2023 as a joke, because I think it was during my OJT at the time, and I was just fooling around with her, and I was like kind of experimenting stuff, and I accidentally made a song out of boredom for her. It was like we kept joking around how she had lived for like 24,000 years, and we kept joking around like she lived with dinosaurs, and like she discovered she was there when the earth wasn't round or something like that. So I used that as a metaphor of Kelly has been through every phase of life. She's seen everything and experienced everything, and I kinda like drew it all in one song. And the song like kinda described how Kelly was as a person, and how Kelly is now, and how Kelly acts as my friend. And that's just how the song revolves around. And then track 10 is Somewhere in Manila. I wrote this around also 2023. I was in Manila with Kelly at the time, and it just kind of like accidentally put it on together when I was in Manila, because like the nostalgia it brought me when I was there. I was like, now I am somewhere in Manila, and now you're not here with me, and I'm back in Manila, and wishing how it used to be, and kind of threw away a lyric, something like that. I know I had a voice memo of it, so that's it. Like being back in some place, but that person not being there anymore. And I kind of like did it again, like having to have track 10 a place. And then track 11 is Nice and Friendly Corners, which is like a nod to my favorite TV show when I was a kid, Sheriff Callie's Wild West. The setting on her place or town was called Nice and Friendly Corners. I kind of took that name and used it as like this metaphorical thing on how I view my town here. I call it Nice and Friendly Corners because it will always feel like home. I grew up here, and like the nostalgia it brings, like every time I just think of it, even though that most places here are not the same as it used to be, and like the structures on the building, the people who lived here aren't here anymore, but just by being here and all those memories that stayed in my head, like I kept replaying it back over and over. I just enjoy and I just can't believe that wonderful thing happened to me that I will never ever forget. I kinda stole fragments from Paper Planes and Little Kid with this one. And track 12 is This Love. I wrote this around last year also. I think it's the same as with I Wish For You. I was thinking about not specifically someone, and like just thinking about how if I ever fall in love again, that love would like raise me up, and I would be able to keep going because of that love that like fuels me. And so for the long, I like the first line of the song. For the longest time, I never thought I'd be needing love, or I never thought I'd see myself in love. That until you came, like I'm already envisioning falling in love with someone, even though there's no one there. Like because to me, I never lose hope on how love is always possible, even for someone like me, who's like a hopeless romantic at this point. So yeah, that's it. And then track 13 is The Things I Would Do For Love. Was co-written with I co-wrote this song with my friend Chester. We were having like a conversation about the things we would do for love, and she gives out stuff like, I would ride this bus, and I would not go off my stop because I wanted to go to that other stop just to see someone. Like I would not get off the train. I would get off the next stop even though it will take me long enough. It will waste much more of my time just so I could just see someone. And we're kind of like with the same brain, because I was like, that's something that I would do also as well. Like I would take the long route on the way home. I would take the long way home just to get a glimpse of someone. Those are the things that I would do for love. It might be crazy, or it might be simple, or it might be extravagant, or like a grand gesture just to show how you love someone. Track 14 is Caffeine Addiction. I've been meaning to write about being addicted to someone, and I just can't like put all the right words together and like how to make a song out of it. But I thought about caffeine addiction because I'm so addicted to coffee. So like I know that somehow coffee is bad for me, and also like falling in love is also bad, but it's something that's so addicting that you can't quite stop, and I feel like I captured what I wanted to write and what I wanted to say about that song. And track 15 is Nico. You know me, I kinda like, I swore this to myself that every time I release an album, I want to put out names of people who are either fictional characters, or I just took out a name and put it there because I don't want their real name to be revealed. But Nico is like my ex-boyfriend, and these are the things that I wanted to say to him. I wanted to ask him. I wish I could tell him, and I put it in a song. So like a dramatic point, a dramatic turn of events that happened, because like before I really don't have anything to say from this song, but after like what I've gone through in my life, I kind of like had a lot to say, and I tried to shorten it out in this song, Nico. And these are the things that I wanted to say to my ex-boyfriend, like the what ifs, the why, the how, and then like the things that I wanted him to hear. I wanted him to see that I said like, we all have this what ifs, but we also have this like I hope you remember this from me. And last song is Daylight. So I want to like capture like from the beginning of the track Golden, running away towards the sun. The last song is Daylight, finally finally being able to see that light at the end of the tunnel. And that's how I captured like the spirit of, you know, the whole record of Golden Hour. Like, you know, like the first verse up until the pre-chorus, he's like singing about how down bad he was and how everything was just lies and how this affected him, and finally being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and he's seeing nothing now but golden like daylight, and then there's no stopping him because now he's finally being able to see the truth and being able to be shed on by that light. Now he's finally being able to be free from that something, and now being like drowning from this eternal sunshine that he can't stop himself, and he enjoys and loves it very much because like he never felt this free, and I can't put it in other terms, but he never felt so free and so alive at this point in his life. And that's how I felt like I wrote about that in Daylight. So now we're going to the deluxe edition of it. 17 is Brand New Day. So like I told this to myself that after being free from that light at the end of the tunnel, brand new day is like there's always a brand new day to start again. After being free from that tunnel, you have like a bad experience from life. So there's always a brand new day to start again. And if today is not your day, tomorrow there's always like a new day, a new chance of beginning, a new fresh start. There's always that. You could like always begin again. So track 18 is Mercury retrograde shit. This is something that I just thought of in the middle of August. Actually, I never really thought of having a deluxe edition up until like coming into September. So Mercury retrograde shit is like something that I don't believe in, but I think like I felt that one time around August. So I was like singing about like being under some kind of spell that I don't want to admit that I'm under, but I felt like it was real, and I felt like I'm feeling this but I don't want to admit it, but I don't know if it's true or this is all just some kind of like like a dopamine that races through my brain or something like that. So that's what it's all about. I feel like I somehow got that the racism that I've been wanting to have from this song. So track 19 is again. So this song is about like desperation or like catching yourself doing the same method over and over. It's like a pattern, like, oh, I kept on doing this again and again and again, like an endless routine, and I know and I feel like it's bad, but at the same time I kept enjoying it, and I know that this is not gonna end well, but I know to myself that I will keep doing it again. And that's what the song is all about, doing it again and again and again. Track 20 is Something and Nothing. Is like being in a relationship or being in some place that you don't know if this situation means something or nothing at the same time. Like you're stuck between maybes. Like you don't know if like should I continue being in this relationship because it might mean something, or should I like end from here because maybe it might mean nothing. So you're stuck on the what ifs, and like you're just in the middle, and like the decision is up to you. Like you kept asking, does this mean something or does this mean nothing? You know, like all those thoughts in your head, but you know that you have to make a bold decision at the end of the day. Track 21 is Schoolboys. It's like a similar so high school moment. Like I feel like I captured, what I wanted to tell here, what I wanted to say here, like that feeling of high school sweethearts, like high school romance, like someone waiting for you out in your school, at your school, with flowers, and like you're just running to them, and then giving them the biggest hug, and like people would be all jealous and like kind of flattered about seeing both of you out at school, and like wishing they were you guys. So yeah, that's what this all about. Schoolboys, like it captures that feeling of being young and naive at the same time, but also like being in love and not caring about what other people will think and might think. Track 22 is Buttercup. This is the last song that I added on Golden Hour, and I just thought about this because Buttercup really rhymes with fucked up, so maybe that's why I took it and put it in like the set list and the track list. And I just love how it rhymed. I use Buttercup as like a nickname, like my Buttercup, you fucked us up, you fucked us up, and things like that. And I just discovered recently that Buttercup was a flower, and its color yellow, and it really signifies golden hour. So yeah, it's where it's meant to be now. And the last track, My Love, is kind of like a double meaning. People would see this as like my love or the person I love, but in in like my terms, my love means my own love, the love that I have. So in this process of the song, he's kind of been saying like, no one deserves my love. I don't feel like giving away my love to people because I don't feel like they deserve it, and no one deserves to have my love as well or have them love me. But at the end of the song, he's been singing like, love is possible, and I can't wait to give out my love for someone. So that's how Golden Hour ended. At first, like running away from a toxic relationship because you deserve better. And at the end of the song, I feel like I don't deserve better and I don't deserve to love someone. But at the end of the song, From My Love, you know what? I feel like I deserve love. Maybe someday I'll be able to find that, and I'll be able to give out my love to someone who's deserving of it. And I just think it's a beautiful way of ending an album in that way.